Hey there, friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today, doing a little bit of goofing around. It is actually a pretty rainy day out, but I'm trying to fit in a little shooting session here in between raindrops. We may see a little bit of rain while we're here, but looks like I might have about an hour of pretty clear time. So I figured I'd run over here to the range and try to get a little bit of plinking in. And what I brought out here today is a brand new package I just got in the mail today, actually, from uh, Term. I think he's pronounced it Terminator, but it's Terminador. But I'll put it down here. It's but it's Terminator airgun products. He makes 3D printed and otherwise not a lot. Not everything's 3D printed, but a lot of his parts are 3D printed. But he's got several other guns he makes parts for. But when he just got the Gen 3 Marauder as well, and set out to make some modifications for it to. I mean, I think it's a great shooter anyway, but you know, everything can be improved on. And he reached out to me and asked me if I would like to take a look at some of his wares that he came up with for the Marauder Gen 3. And I said, sure, let's do it. I had been watching his channel for a while and really appreciated the stuff that he's been putting out. So what he's come up with, first off, is he's got a barrel band of sorts that actually wraps around the, I believe it's a 500 cc. It says 0.5 liter tank, wraps around the tank, and it also goes around the barrel. And you can pull these blue spacers out and have the barrel free floating if you want. I shot one full mag into one ragged hole down there before I started the camera up, and it is spot on. So I am not going to change it for now. Maybe down the road I'll try it with and without the spacers, see how much of a difference it makes. He actually did include, it has M-lock rails on the side, and he does include some weights to go with it. The gun is already heavy, but to make it just that much more just rock solid stable, adds about another pound of weight onto that M-lock right there. You could take that off and use side mount M-lock bipods on this as well. But this one is specifically made to go with this over-the-top UTG bipod. It looks like it might be obscuring the scope, but it is not obscuring the scope even a little bit. But I really like the way this is set up. It actually free floats. The gun free floats underneath the bipod and self-levels. So that's pretty cool. He did send along this UTG bipod that screws right onto a Picatinny piece of Picatinny rail that's on the top here. He did include a couple of small sections of Picatinny towards the front of this, so you could mount a some sort of, you know, a laser, or what he was using it for was he's got a little pocket chronograph, and he mounted it right there as well. I guess you could spin this around and have the bipod sticking back a little bit farther. It might obscure the scope at that point. And then finally, there's a piece of Picatinny underneath the bottom here. So if you wanted to, you could use a different bipod underneath here. But I really like the way this is setting right now. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is he came up with this carbon fiber barrel shroud and carbon fiber suppressor, LDC, lead dust collector. And what he noticed was, and I noticed it too, I had taken the stock suppressor off, and it's the way that it's set up from the factory is it has an aluminum shroud that's screwed into a fitting that's fitted on the barrel back here at the back at the breech. screwed in there, and then it free floats all the way down, and then the suppressor actually screws into threads inside the barrel shroud. The barrel is actually free floating all the way out to the end and just kind of flapping in the breeze inside of that barrel shroud. So what he's come up with is, so this is a carbon fiber tube, and I'll put a picture here of his setup, because I put him in mine as well, but he has made harmonic dampening spacers to go down the barrel, and there's 4 of them in there. And then that the barrel does have 1/2x20 threads on the end of it, but in the factory configuration it's not using any of those threads. But his suppressor is using those threads, and it gives you barrel tension, and you don't want to over tighten it, but gives you barrel tension also to help dampen harmonics. This gun is a shooter right out of the box. I did do some adjustments with the regulator. It was shooting a little weak. I brought it right up to about 890 with the 18 grain JTS pellets. I adjusted the trigger. It was about 2.5 pounds. I got it down to about 10 ounces. So really, really nice trigger. It was a 2-stage trigger. I adjusted it so that it's more of a single stage, no take up at all, just light pressure and it goes, it cracks over. So we're gonna go ahead and I've got some plinking targets out there. We've got a ARA target out there, and we're gonna do some groups. Start off with the 18-1s. I did bring some 2207s and some 1608s out as well, and we'll see how we do with those. But like I said, I shot 1 complete magazine into 1 ragged hole out there. So I would show you, but there's other holes around it, so it doesn't look as impressive. But those were actually shots where I was zeroing it still and getting it dialed in. But then I loaded up 1 whole mag and just dumped it, and it all went into about a 1/2 inch size 1 ragged hole. But we got 14 rounds here. Let's see what we can do. I do have this topped off with a Vector Optics Orion 6-24 by 50, and let me crank the magnification up here so I can. Let's go ahead and hit the gong for starters. Pating! It's really strange. We got some real high humidity out here right now, and every time I shoot, I see a puff of smoke out the barrel, but I know it's just humidity being condensed in the shot. But it really is kind of weird to see any kind of smoke come out of the barrel of a PCP like that. But let's go ahead and throw a group onto the paper, and then we'll do a little bit of plinking, and then we'll load it up again with some different weight pellets and see what they do. All right, I'm gonna go right to the bottom right corner. Right now I can't see the number of it. What would that be? 21. It's hazy out here. We have that wildfire smoke from Canada, and it is very, very hazy. It's almost like a fog rolling down our range here. I think it's 21. Oop, that one went a little left. And all of a sudden I'm clicking over to the left. So, but let's just go for the group. I'll put the groups in the sub MOA app. You know what I'll bet happened? I did not have the gun. I didn't have the gun free floating underneath, and when I stepped away from the gun, I noticed it was tilted. And so now when I'm started up, I loosened it so it was free floating and it's level. So now it's probably kicking over to the left. So we'll take a couple clicks to the right on the next group, and then we'll probably be right on the money. All right, let's see. Let me, oh, I can't reach it. All right, that was 4 clicks to the right. Probably won't do a whole lot. That was, so that's 6 shots out of the 14 round mag. So we got 8 shots left. Let's do 5 more at a bull here. Next one over. All right, we started coming back. Probably could use another 4. And when I zeroed it, like I said, it was, if you tighten this thumb wheel here, it takes it out of free float, and it was tilted pretty good to, I didn't even notice it while I was shooting. It's a good looking group though. Let's do one more. That's a good looking group. All right, let's see. Let's hit the ram. Smack. All right, should have 2 more shots left. Let's hit the chicken. Smack. All right, last one on the gong. We'll save the last 2 for the next magazine. And last round hold open, good to go. I don't know if I'll get 2 more whole, both weights in, but we'll do 2207s. I'll let you know how the 1608s do down the road. Pretty neat setup. If nothing else, it makes it look pretty. That's for sure. But I think it's helped. It's quieter for sure. Quieter. And this is just, I haven't done anything more to tune it up or adjust it or anything. Just literally installed all that stuff, topped the tank off, and headed over here while I saw I had a little break in between raindrops. All right, mag full of 2207s. This gun was really shooting the 18.1s good before as well though, so. All right. So let's go, let's hit the gong. Looks like it didn't change my point of impact too much. All right, let's go up to the next row up. Really foggy, steamy out here. So that would be, what, 15, I guess? No, 16. It is really hazy. Ooh, my point of impact moved way down. All right, I'm gonna adjust with my BDC lines in here. There we go. Doesn't seem quite as happy with these pellets. All right, that one was better. But it was, like I said, it was tuned for right around 890, 900 feet per second with the 18.1s. Do one more there. All right, not as good as the 18.1s, but still pretty respectable. Let's go to the next one next to it, do another 5-shot. That's not looking too bad. Not looking bad at all. Let's see if we can get one more in there and hold it all together. Yeah, it dropped a little bit, but that's still a little over 1/2 inch, I'm guessing. All right, we should have, I think, 3 more. So let's do, let's hit the turkey. Smack. All right, Mr. Pig. Got him. Oop, did I miscount? Oh, you know what? I did 1 shot and then I moved up and did 5, 5. Yeah, so that was 11. Oh, and I shot the gong. Okay. So, yep. I had 14. But anyway, there you go. We will definitely be doing a lot more testing and tuning. But this is just the right out of the box first look. I'm pretty happy with the way it's operating. And we'll be doing more with it down the road. I was really hoping I would be able to get out and try this out before I head over to the Baldwinsville Airgun Show. I wanted to be able to show this off over there, and now I can. So it was looking like we might not have some great weather. We've got between rain and this smoke situation. Getting outdoors is a little bit hairy right now. So anyway, thanks Dana for sending this over. Dana's the fellow over at Terminador. I don't know. Here's the name of his channel, and I will link it down below. I am going to become an affiliate for his channel, for his store, and I haven't set that up yet. They did send me the link to sign up for it, but I haven't set that up yet, so I can't tell you how to use that yet. But probably by the time I get this up on the air, I will have that done, and that information will be down in the description text if I do have that done by then. But really cool stuff. Make sure you check him out. He's got a lot of other stuff for a lot of other cool air guns too, and it's pretty neat. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.